It's Belfield at breakfast, and we're joined this morning not only by a megastar, but a superstar, and a gorgeous superstar at that. Myleene Klass, how are you?
That's very nice. I don't know if I can live up to that.
Well, can I be honest with you?
Go on.
I'm deeply unattractive. Clinically obese, and I'm not very blessed in the downstairs department either.
You sound like the perfect guy. Wicked.
Is there any way I could ever get a date with somebody like you?
Oh, stop that. Come on, now stop that.
I'm serious.
I tell you one thing. I met Brad Pitt the other day, and he wasn't all that.
Really?
So, yeah, I've totally
Do you think you could be tempted by the larger man then?
Oh, I love a guy with a little Ned. I love it. My fella's got a Ned.
Oh, really? A Ned? I've never come across that expression before.
Yeah, a little Ned. Just grab it and go, ooh.
Oh, really? You're a grabber? You see,
yes,
my type of woman. I love a grabber.
Yeah, no, I like guys who've got Neds today.
I like to be honest on my programme.
Okay.
I didn't like you in the beginning. I'm going to be truly
God, that's
honest.
a little bit too honest.
No, truly. I found you really, really annoying.
Really? Okay,
yeah,
well,
honestly,
fair enough.
truly. And then you did that reality nonsense. And then I suddenly realised that you're actually not just an average pop star that's been very lucky and has no talent. Then I see you playing the piano, and then I hear you talking on the radio, and suddenly I'm in love with you. Congratulations.
Thank you. I mean, that's not fickle or anything, so that's really nice to know. What did I do that has so offended you in the beginning?
I just found you, annoying.
While we were on an honesty trip.
Just annoying, really. You just kind of got on my nerves, on my man breasts. You just kind of irritated.
On your moobs, okay.
Not only are you a sex symbol, but I love the fact that you've got a brain as well.
I just wish that you'd given me a chance at the off. I mean, hopefully I would have proved not to have been so annoying.
When are you going to go on tour with your piano again?
I do all the summer concerts, actually. So I play all the castles, which is really good fun because everyone brings a picnic or a picnic blanket, and it just is quite a laugh, actually. So, they book those off quite far in advance, so I've got them for the next couple of years.
What about this new album? Because I listened to it in the car the other day,
yeah.
and I was expecting you, actually. It's kind of your favourite songs. There's none of you in it, is there?
No, I play the first track on the first album, but the first CD of both CDs.
Yeah, but it's like I was expecting like 2 double CDs of Myleene Klass doing the classics.
No, you see, I've released a piano album in the past, and I am playing the piano on the piano pieces on the album, but at the same time, I get asked about classical music such a lot. I used to be a teacher for 14 years, and people know that I love my classical music, and I wanted to put a compilation album out that represented classical music as a whole. So, there is the orchestral pieces, there's the cello, the opera, and I don't sing opera and I don't play the cello, so I've contributed with the piano pieces. At the same time, there's the old favourites from Mozart and the new ones from Morricone.
Now, we're going to be honest on this programme. We've been honest so far, and I'll be honest with you.
I like your honesty. I think it's refreshing. It's good to have.
I get a lot of rubbish on this programme. I've got to be honest with you. I'm a whore. I'll have anybody on. Anybody.
Okay.
But most of it's rubbish. I've got to be honest with you. I listen to this in the car, and I'm driving a lot at the moment, driving between Nottingham and Coventry and all over the country, doing different gigs, trying to earn a living. And it really did make the trip so pleasurable. You have picked kind of all of the tunes that I would put on my favourite classical album. It's one of the best. So congratulations on that. Seriously, truly.
Thank you. No, well, in fairness, I did take this really seriously. I think there's so many people that put their names or faces to certain books or products and things. And I just thought, right, this is going to be my music for romance. But I went into the EMI archives, and it was like Harry Potter's library. I grabbed every single piece and I listened to all of them, and I thought, right, what is going to constitute as a good romantic piece? And I wanted pieces that people would recognise, to mystify the whole world of classical music, not make it intimidating, just make it exciting, and just to have pieces on there that people would know.
I do a lot of advertising myself. I'm the face of door knockers,
Are you?
And scatter cushions.
Gosh, you're good,
I am marvellous. I tell you, tremendous. The thing about you're really smart because you've got that kind of high-end ABC One Classic FM demographic. Then you've got the kids as well. I think you're about the only one to do that of your generation, aren't you?
I do count myself as very lucky because I have got my own classical radio show, and I get to release classical albums. At the same time, I've got a pop show in the evening, and I get to present on quite a varied degree of programmes. And I just think it's really important because it's still the same person. You just get to wear different hats. So you never get bored, and you get to express yourself on loads of levels, and you just get to have a good time.
I love talking to old people, so occasionally I do saga radio for the dead. It's great. No, honest, it's true.
And they don't argue back. Okay, that's good.
A little birdie told me that you do a show on Radio Betamax in Coventry here. Is that true?
Well, I have I've got a radio show that goes out all over GCAP, so yeah.
Come to us. To be honest with you, since I've been on the air, love, nobody's listening to that rubbish. I mean, you are wasting your time. I don't want to break any, illusions that, they probably sold it to you as the big show, but actually, I think you'd probably better be my sidekick.
But I'm on it already now, yeah?
How long's your contract? We can buy that out. It's no problem.
Well, as long as I can guest on yours, I can just have a little trip to the dark side.
You are clever, though. I mean, I think it is fascinating how you've managed to do that. You've rebuilt your career since Hearsay and all that rubbish with the pop idol nonsense. Yeah. Not many of them really have been very successful since, have they?
I don't think it's a case of rebuilding. I just think for a long time it's perseverance, because it's not through nepotism that I've got my jobs. It's not, through knowing people. It's just genuinely been through sheer hard work and determination. And just having a little bit of faith in myself, thinking, you know what, you can just be yourself, you can just be a nice normal person and get on with it and carry on working in this business, and hopefully I can prove that.
I don't want to be disparaging towards the group you were in, but I think the reality was that none of you came out of it great, because there was so much of that talk in the tabloid press about you not being very good and you failing. Nobody really got to see you as a person, you as a personality, and you as a musician. And that's why I think you did have to rebuild. You literally had to, from the bottom, get people to realise, actually, you're not just this girl that's one of five that's a nothing.
Well, I did have an amazing time in the band. We played Wembley, we sold 2 million albums, but I did, like you said, I suppose there was the rebuilding in the sense that I had to show people that there was more to me, and I love to play the piano, and no one can take that away. You can't blag it, you can't bluff your way through a piano piece. So I've done the live TVs, I've made the recordings, I've played the concerts, and I think if you love it, it shows as well, and that's luckily, touch wood, what seems to be happening. I am grateful, though, I have to say, if people have either bought the album or voted or just shown some support in some capacity, that's the humbling bit, because you think, God, there are people out there that really do approve of what I'm doing, and that's great.
My producer Tarquin sent me a piece of paper saying he believes you're up the duff. I just thought you put on a few pounds.
That's very nice of you. No, I am. I'm 7 months pregnant.
Good Lord. How did that happen then?
Well, I played Myleene's Music for Romance. It worked.
It wouldn't have happened if you'd been dating me. Don't you worry about that. How are you feeling? How's it going? I mean, you're working so hard as well. I see you on everything at the moment.
I'm like your average 21st century working mum. That's what we do, I take pride that I pay my own way and my own mortgage, and I love the work I do. So I don't want to just sit at home and twiddle my thumbs and just, tick the dates off the calendar. So I have been working, whether it's through M&S or whether it's recording this album. There's been a lot that's been going on, and I like it that way, and the bubba comes with. I mean, because of the job that I've done, I've been working for CNN going global, and she's met so many stars and just had such a great time that there'll be lots of stories to tell her. The album we recorded at Abbey Road, I mean, what a great experience for a little unborn.
Now, how have you managed to stay so glamorous? Because my wife, formaldehyde, she became 37 stone when she was pregnant.
Oh, stop that. Listen, I've put the weight on, but, I'm part of the sisterhood. That's what you're meant to do. When you're pregnant, you're supposed to put the weight on, and I'm enjoying doing that. Believe me, I have put it on.
What are you eating at the moment? What are you fancying?
I've got a chocolate biscuit right next to me and a can of fizzy pop.
Hobnob?
I don't know what this is, actually. It's chocolate coated.
Have you had any kind of fascinations to eat carrots with mayonnaise or anything peculiar?
No, but I have wanted things at funny times. Last week, I've sent the other half out, bless him. He had to find mincemeat for me at 11:30 at night because I needed to make a bolognese.
I thought you were going to say raw.
Oh, no. But put cheese on it and I'll have it. Mango with cheese, strawberries with cheese. I've gone for the variation on pineapple and a stick with cheese.
Lovely. I think that's the way forward. It is interesting, as I say, when you look at what you do and how you do it. And now, as you say, you're going global with the CNN thing. It is quite rare in this business, and I meet a lot of people, and I've worked with 1 million of your type. But not many of them can link a sentence like you can and have the genuine personality. A lot of it is faked in show business, isn't it? How have you managed to create this persona and personality, or was it always there? Were you born with it?
I don't think you create a persona. I know there are certain people that feel they have to adhere to a certain type of behaviour.
Oh, come on, Myleene, you know in TV, there's a lot of people who create this whole image that isn't them.
I know, the smile goes on, the mask goes on, and you think, hang on a minute, I thought you were a completely different person before. But I don't think with the job that I do, I've come from a show that, as you said, it was a reality show, that people do know what I'm like, and to a degree that takes the pressure off because you can genuinely just be yourself. At the same time, the pressure comes on because if they don't like it, you can't change it. But I'm quite happy just pottering along and trying to be as normal as I possibly can. I don't want to be like, I don't know, I don't join the madness. I'm quite happy to do my work and then go home at the end of the day and make my spaghetti bolognese at midnight.
How glamorous. Ask me what I was doing last Saturday.
Do you know what? What were you doing last Saturday?
I was sat at home with my copy of the Saturday paper with you, naked with child.
So you did know I was pregnant. It was all big bluff.
That was all just a bit of shtick. And I was sat there looking at it for several hours. I was outraged that you were naked. I was shaking my wrist at the piece of paper for hours.
It was the special Demi Moore edition of celebrating being pregnant. One thing, well, obviously you're not going to get pregnant, but one thing a lot of pregnant women say, my own friends included, is that it doesn't feel like your body. You feel like just, I don't know, this person that's creating life, and it's just something that you want to celebrate and just get involved with. It's a fantastic feeling. And anyway, all my pregnant photos so far have been me in ice cream and pies. I wanted one nice photo, do you know what I mean?
How amazing, though, that you can be at this stage in your life and look glamorous. I've never had a point where I've seen a single picture of myself that I've been happy with, ever.
No, everyone's like that. I'm no exception to the rule. I'll look at a photo and go, God, what am I doing with my chins? You know, everybody's like that. But at the same time, I'm not a model. I never set myself up to be a model. I'm 5'5", and I'm making the most of what I've got, really.
And my God, what a lot of it you've got to show at the moment.
I have at the minute.
That picture was unbelievable.
Do you know, I just feel really proud, and I'm just really happy with what I've achieved, and I'm really glad to be a mummy I'm a mummy to be. And I just look at women at the moment and just think, God, you are all goddesses. I really am just so inspired by women at the minute, because I don't know, we're just carrying a child and we make babies. I love it.
I don't want to make you nervous. The idea of pushing an elephant through a polo mint, how is that kind of being dealt with in your mind?
The way I'm dealing with it is my mum's done it. She had 3 kids under the age of 4, and she was working as a nurse, and there's lots of mummies out there that have had 4 or 5 kids. So I'm just taking my inspiration from them.
Well, congratulations on everything. This new album is tremendous. Seriously, I had it on in my car, and I've still got it in my car now. I love classical music. I mean, I sit here playing all that rubbish by Nelly Fartoda every day and all that stuff. I love it, but it doesn't really move me. Classical music does move me more than any other type of music. And I think,
I think it's because it has to dig deep, because a lot of classical music doesn't have any words. And when you think that pieces like Pachelbel's Canon, that piece is what inspired Oasis to write Don't Look Back in Anger and on all sorts of other pieces. So I just think that if you listen to classical music, there are certain pieces you will hear that you'll think, I think I know this, and you'll realise it's because you know it in a pop context. So it's inspired so many people. It's the reason it's been around for centuries, and it's getting a sort of rejuvenation of an image, if you like.
I read once that Britney Spears was inspired to write Baby One More Time because of Puccini.
Oh, really?
I'll leave it with you. Myleene Klass, thank you very much for coming on the programme.
Thanks for having me.